A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. All right, y'all, peace. We are in the holy month of Ramadan, but today's video is not about Ramadan, but it's about fasting, about the benefits of fasting, and about the fact that Allah made fasting an obligation, not a suggestion, an obligation. When you look at what fasting actually does to your body on a biological level, you understand why. So in this video today, we're gonna go by hour through what happens inside of you when you fast. Exactly what your cells are doing, what your hormones are doing, and what your brain shifts to. You're gonna find out why the science and the Quran are saying the exactly same thing. Your body is a combustion engine running on 2 fuel systems. You were only taught about one of them though. The system that they hid from you activates at hour 12 of a fast. You don't know about this, but everything before that is just the warm-up. Let's break this down hour by hour. So from hours 0 through 4, you eat, insulin spikes, glucose floods the bloodstream. That's normal. The pancreas signals every cell to open its doors and absorb. Your body is in storage mode. It's building. Fat cells are locking calories away. The brain runs clean, but this phase has a cost. Chronically elevated insulin is the biological signature of what we like to call a slave diet. What a slave diet is a high carbohydrate, high frequency, always feeding type of diet. Your body never gets to actually clean house. So let's get to hours 4 through 12. Blood glucose drops, insulin falls, glucagon rises. The liver starts converting stored glycogen back into the glucose to keep the brain power. Now, you're running on reserves, and the body is transitioning from builder to manager. Hour 12 through 16, glycogen stores are depleting. The body makes a decision, and it makes a smart decision. It shifts into what's called ketogenesis. The liver begins converting fatty acids into what's called ketone bodies. Beta-hydroxybutyrate enters the bloodstream. The brain, which you were told only runs on glucose, switches fuel sources and runs cleaner, it runs faster with just sustained clarity and sustained mental energy. This is the same metabolic state that elite athletes, fighter pilots, and ancient desert travelers operated on way back in the day. All of our ancestors were not snacking every 3 hours. It just wasn't happening. They were running on fat and faith. Hours 16 to 24. That's when the magic happens. The magic we call autophagy. Autophagy starts to activate. What autophagy is cellular self-cannibalism. When the body runs low on food for energy, it stops looking outward and it starts auditing itself. It's looking inside, right? It identifies damaged proteins, misfolded cells, dysfunctional mitochondria, and it breaks them down and recycles them for fuel and raw material. The body is literally eating its own garbage, but that can't happen if you're not fasting. So every diseased cell, every inflammatory protein, every early stage cancerous growth that had not yet manifested now becomes food and it gets out of there. This is real. This is not philosophical. This is actual, right? I'm really putting y'all up on some sound biochemistry. But we open the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah. O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting as it was decreed upon those before you, that you may become righteous. In Islam, we call this taqwa, T-H-U-W-A. It's typically translated as God consciousness or righteousness, but taqwa in its root form means to guard, to protect, to build a shield. Allah prescribed a biological protocol that literally rebuilds your cellular armor and gave it to us, revealed it to us 1400 years ago before modern technology had the ability to look into cells. This wisdom is cosmic. Stars operate the same way. When a star exhausts its external hydrogen fuel supply, what does it do? It looks inward and begins fusing helium, then carbon, then heavier elements in its core. That inward turn is not death, it's more life, it's densification. It starts to compress into greater power. When we fast, that is the human version of stellar compression. They always say you gotta eat 6 meals a day, but think about this logically. The math don't lie. The math proves that your highest cellular intelligence only switches on when you stop eating and force the body to look inward. 85% of all people graze all day. 5% of people fast and they rebuild. The reason the 85 think they're supposed to graze all day is because there's this wicked 10%. They know what's up, but they don't care. They still market all of this food to people because they make a lot of money. Now, back to the science. The human growth hormone also spikes during extended fasting, up to like 2,000% above baseline in some studies. That's crazy. Even your testosterone is preserved, and in many cases, it's elevated because the body is not busy managing insulin as a roller coaster. Your hormonal environment during a proper fast is closer to a predator than to a prey animal. Now, this is what I want you to do if you're not currently fasting for Ramadan. Pick one day a week, one day. And not a maybe day, a specific day. This is good for you. Just do a 24-hour fast from Maghrib to Maghrib so that prayer times could be your bracket. No food, water, black coffee, that's fine. At hour 16, when you're getting a little bit uncomfortable, sit down and write one page. Write whatever comes to your mind. Don't edit it, just write. And then read what came out to you. That is your brain on ketones and autophagy. That is what your mind produces when it's not busy digesting. That's the cognitive state that our ancestors were in when the revelation was being received in the desert. If you want to know Allah more deeply, fast more. It's that simple. The biological silence creates the frequency for reception, and that's a fact. Class in session.